rock concerts, all that kind of stuff, you can do all that you want. In a formal concert like this, you just don't. If you can't handle it, go away. Good evening, all. Not sure why this microphone is in the very last hole over here. So that if I walk that way, it will pull out of the floor. Brilliant. There are 1,000 things that go through your mind at a time like this. For those of us who still have a mind left after all these years. I have noticed that my friends who are my age are having those sort of moments. My daughter has a 5-month-old right down here. Caden, right there. For those of you who have kids that age, forgive me for this indulgence. For those of you who don't remember the milk coma, right after a child finishes nursing, they go. Yeah. It's funny because when you're 4 months old, you do that, and then when you're 62, you do that. Mr. McGuire and I have an agreement that there's this magnetic field between his office and mine. And I walk through that door and I go in there and say, why did I come in here? There's a magnetic field that completely wipes out my hard drive as soon as I walk through that door, and I can't remember why I'm there. How many of you sang in the South High School choir from 70 to 76? Probably don't want to admit that. We're getting old, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, how many of you sang in the Arvin High School choir from 80 to 89? 1, 2, oh no. Hey, welcome, Arvinites. Hey, I can't see a thing, by the way. I always swore, it seemed like every time when you're a choir director, you stand up here and you can't see anything because of these lights, and you raise your hands up like this, and everybody says, God, he's got a belly on you. I always swore that would never happen. How many of you were at West High School? Still no class. That's what they always called us, by the way. Welcome, West High School. I'm the football announcer. It's real hard for me to get my mind wrapped around the fact that West High School used to be where I worked. But welcome all of you Vikings. And how many of you are graduates of Liberty since '99? My son-in-law, where's my son-in-law? Is he gone? Yeah, he's got it. Wyatt is out cold, right here. Wyatt can sleep through a tornado and a hurricane, but as soon as you want to sleep, he's awake. My son-in-law works at Bakersfield High School. I've done everything I can. Nothing has worked. My buddy in the next office, Mark McGuire, is from VHS. My principal, Pat Preston, is from VHS. By the way, I found a picture of him with hair. About 20 years ago. So I always say, once a driller, always a patriot. Okay, one more thing before we sing Go Down Moses. Why would any self-respecting sports fan plan a concert when the Lakers are playing? Okay, it's like this. Women, you don't understand this, but you don't TiVo a live sports game? Why would you watch a game that is over? You have ESPN going, hey, the Lakers won, or I hope they won after Sunday. They may never win again. Okay, thank you all for being here. Tonight is sort of an Indulge Mr. Mac night, a lot of music that I really enjoy. And in some cases it's music we've done fairly recently. A lot of it is by one of my favorite people who invited us to New York City a few years ago, a guy named Mark Hayes. You'll notice a lot of his name throughout the night. Go down, Moses.